Hey, we're live. Welcome to it's Rahr. Appalachian Still joining us today. Excited to have you. Cheers. Excited to see you guys. Cheers. Excited to meet everyone. Cheers. It's the thing you gotta make eye contact, right? You gotta make eye contact.
Is that the thing? Yeah,
Absolutely. Otherwise, it's 7 years bad sex. You don't want 7 years bad sex.
Is that really what it is? I've never heard that.
I think it's got to be a European thing, right? I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I don't want to take any chance.
I don't want to take any chance. I will like taking no chance. So. 7 years of bad sex.
Which is not as bad as 7 years no sex, but you know.
Right.
So you guys were at the Laurentide remote today, which is exciting. And man, I gotta tell you, the first time that I saw you guys here, I came because I didn't have the day off. Marla and Tracy raved about you guys so much. I was like, I gotta get down there and see Appalachian Still.
That's great.
Yeah.
How long ago was that? I can't remember how many years ago it was.
Well, the first 2.5 years ago.
2.5 years ago?
But I wasn't at the first one because it was before the brewery opened. Right?
This was before the brewery was officially open. They were still.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We had
that your first show with us?
No.
I was close to you. It was close to your first show with us.
It's probably the second show or something.
Yeah.
Right.
No, it was our most recent, but that's still several years ago.
Yeah.
Right.
Come a long way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that's great. Wow.
I had a lot of questions after last night's show.
Yeah.
Fire away.
It was awesome, but the main one that just stuck with me was how many songs do you have about produce?
We have at least 2.
Good apple.
June Apple, Don't Touch Me Tomato. That's another good one.
Tomato.
I'll have to actually review the list to see if there's more on the list, but. Cumberland Gap, there's the sweet potatoes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wine. That's a product from.
Technically.
Nowhere near as many songs about produce as drinking or trains. Train is actually probably the single greatest cited.
It's drinking, cheating, murder, trains, the escape route, and mountains. You know where you end up. So
Where does rain fit in?
rain.
Rain.
Yeah.
There's gotta be a lot of songs about rain.
Multiple songs reference rain.
No rain.
Or no rain.
Let it rain.
Yeah.
You have a song on Spotify that's about rain, don't you? Maybe.
Yeah.
Really?
I thought I followed one.
We were having this discussion on the way up about
We don't know actually what songs are in our catalog.
we're trying to figure this out how much airflow they're getting. So we had a little password issue on the way coming up. We couldn't remember the password.
Yeah.
Is it just on Spotify or do you have a couple different platforms that you're on?
Enzyme Music is what we were trying to access.
We're on.
So we're up
on all the
I was trying to get
platforms.
on Music and it said, I don't know if you might have been there, but I was trying to do it with my voice and it did not recognize Appalachian Still. Maybe I wasn't enunciating.
We're not big enough for the algorithm to like us.
Oh, I don't think that's it.
Is that the case? What are we doing? So we were trying to look up CD Baby, but yeah.
Yes. So we can collect our $20 in revenue from Spotify.
At a time.
For 15 years.
Exactly.
So yeah, good luck with that.
Yes. Yeah, we had a whole. It was a whole hour of trying to figure out airplay and what songs were the most.
Yeah. It was interesting to look at the things that other people listen when they go out and find us to stream, because, we're not, I think we think of ourselves as a live band, not really a stream the album studio kind of band.
Right. Right. So
it's an interesting insight into how some of the rest of the world looks at us.
Right. They're looking for us, what did they click on from us? Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, some of the songs that were more popular were unexpected, not the ones we would have thought.
Right.
So you're all in Northampton, Massachusetts, not Vermont.
The band is, we say the band is from Northampton. Jared and I live in Northampton. Derek is in Suffield, Connecticut. Enfield, sorry. Connecticut. And Noah's up in Greenfield, Mass. So
It's basically the entirety of like the 91 corridor in Massachusetts. Because Enfield is just barely over the line.
New Lead Mass, I'm the first town that you come to in Connecticut. And Noah's kind of almost at the top.
Like the last town before you get to Vermont, essentially.
Yeah.
Northampton's smack-ish in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys play a lot of shows, or like how busy are you guys playing?
It varies. On a good month, we might get in 4 or 5. That's probably the most in recent times that we've fit in. But
Obviously, everything's been out of whack the last couple of years with COVID.
yeah,
So,
scheduling of live music has been a weird thing. But
It's coming back.
we're getting in a good couple a month on average these days, I think. And we're booking stuff up for summer and the fall. And
Is it a lot of longer distance travel, or is most of it around home?
Most of it is closer to home. At least like we have 2 shows booked next month, both in Mass. One is in Northampton. One is up the road a little bit. A little bit north, just a little south of Vermont. But we're willing to travel within reason. I mean,
we're lucky that there's like several different kind of markets within, 2.5 hours from us. It's pretty easy to like play to a completely different audience.
yeah,
2 nights back to back on different sides of the state and make it back home.
yeah. Because of where we're situated, we can be in Boston in under 2 hours. Under 2 hours, could be in New York, could be in Connecticut. We have a lot of.
Do you play a lot in cities, or is it more places like this?
probably more places like
More
this.
places like this, I would say. Yeah, a lot of breweries. We do festivals.
Okay.
We're great. Our sound is great for like a town festival or something like that.
Yeah.
So we like those. Yeah, it's nice to
People with barns seem to like to hire
barns.
us.
Yeah,
Yeah, with the weddings, it's almost always a barbecue and a barn.
I'm trying to figure out how to talk you guys into coming out and playing on the trail next time you're out. Out on the.
I think we had talked about that at one time. We had a little conversation about that.
You got the place to do it now.
Do you?
Yes.
Yep. It's pretty slick out there. So,
We'd love to do it.
It sounds like a.
well, I'm not gonna lock you in on the show.
Well, we were just over breakfast. We were talking with Marla about a possible date this summer to come back, and maybe we can pull that together.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds good to me.
yeah, a little afternoon on the trail.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Last time we did it, we had like a soul band come out and play us. It's this beautiful amphitheater kind of situation, just naturally, with a big shale wall behind you, right up against the stream.
Cool.
Man, waterfall is beautiful out there. But just it's like when I think of you guys, I'm like, man, that sounds like that would be the coolest spot to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right about it. We like stuff like that.
Yeah. What's like the furthest in the woods you guys have gone for a show?
Strange Creek?
Oh, yeah, Strange. That's probably the most like out in the woods. That was like loaded road.
Have you ever heard of this festival?
No.
No.
Strange Creek and Wormtown, they're both in the same location. Two festivals.
It's a summer camp that they take over and host these festivals at with probably 8,000 or 10,000 people, maybe that, maybe 5, but there's a bunch of camping in the woods, and one of the stages is like right in the woods, and they like throw you in the back of a pickup truck with all the gear, and they're like, hold on, and you go over this like sketchy plywood bridge over this like little gully, and it's like, you know, it's bumping up and down like a foot, and you're just trying to hold on to everything and not have any people fall out of the back.
Yeah, it's a very kind of a hippie jam festival, and there's just people camped everywhere, just wherever you decide to put your tent, they're just tucked everywhere. Yeah, so it's
in amongst the trees and the rocks. Yeah.
They put us on Sunday, like, and like very first slot at noon to like come out and try to wake people up out of their tents, and so we just hear these slow zippers and weary-eyed people coming out. Then you start bobbing their heads along, and pretty soon, you know, they got a cup of coffee in their hand and they're hanging out, and they've got their day started.
Exactly.
We've done our job.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was the most in the woods that we've played.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I used to spend a lot of time going to like Irish festivals
Yeah.
and just sell cookies. And one of the things that we would do is, you know, every Sunday, sometimes we would camp like in our booth, which anyway, not encouraged. But if they don't see you, then they can't tell you not to.
Gotcha.
And so Sunday mornings, I'd much rather hear you guys than bagpipes on a Sunday morning. There's just something about bagpipes on a Sunday morning that makes me just angry.
They're aggressive. Maybe far off in the distance, one bagpiper playing
I'm far off.
Yeah,
It's really far.
really far.
We played a show where we actually had a bagpiper come and join us once.
Yeah.
For a song.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, he, what's the name of the show? Transperformance.
Yeah.
Where's that?
So that's at the Pines Theater in Northampton.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a fundraiser for the Northampton Music Booster, something with the music department, Arts Council. It's raising money for music for schools and a bunch of regional bands. They have like a theme each year, and it's all covers, so you pick a band based on the theme, and you know, show up in costume and are that band for your 2 or 3 songs. And
Right, so you
so
transform.
it's like, yeah, they do Woodstock. One year was Letters and Numbers, so it's like bands that had either like letters and numbers in their names.
Bands artists that have passed.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were
A food item.
Yeah. We were Steve Earle.
Steve Earle and the Dukes, so we did Copperhead Road, complete with the bagpipe intro.
Yeah.
We added a couple of extra band members for that one too.
Yeah, it's a great, it's a hurried event though, because they're just turning bands all day. So when one band ends, you got to be standing, right off stage to run on, plug your instruments, like 5 seconds of check, and you are live.
Yeah, that's great. And everyone's playing stuff that they're unfamiliar with, and in costume. So it's a ton of fun for all the backstage artists, like hanging out in costume with each other. And a bunch of people are in like 2 or 3 bands, and you see them like run off the stage and just start peeling their clothing up and putting on a different like gold spangled shirt, and then it's quite a thing.
It's a nice gathering of the local musicians because it's all the local folks in all the area bands, and it's a good meetup for everyone just to get together all in one spot, Say howdy.
Yeah.
I was just thinking yesterday when I was listening to it, some of the songs you play are like covers, but just in your style, which I love. I think that's cool. But I was thinking, man, how great would it be to have, they had Sean DeShere yesterday, who's a great musician.
Yeah.
He was digging you guys. And I was just thinking, how great would it be for you and him to play like the same set list, back to back,
Just 2 different ways.
just 2 different ways.
Because it'd be different interpretations.
It would be totally different.
We were upstairs in the middle of his set yesterday, and we hear something that's on our set. It's like, are we playing that later today, or is that one we're saving for tomorrow? Oh, tomorrow, okay. It's like, so you don't always, we do very different interpretations than some of the things he was playing, but, you know, we don't want to play the same song after someone has played it an hour and a half before on that stage.
There's always a little crossover, though.
Yeah.
There's always a little crossover.
Yeah. We definitely recognized a lot of the tunes he played. He played some great stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what else does he play to you?
Fourth Saturday of every month, as far as I know.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah, that was great. Taking this beer.
This stout is delicious.
You got the
This is the Laurentide's oatmeal stout.
We put a hurting on these yesterday.
Yes. Well, it's a good beer. It's not a good beer. I lied. It's a great beer.
It's a great
It's
beer.
a great beer.
Yeah. Yeah.
I couldn't quite put that on top of my fat stack of buckwheat pancakes, though.
Where'd you get
Need to go like
beer?
Tracy cooked them right up for us at the Laurentide Inn.
Putting on a show for breakfast.
Yeah.
We had the avocado toast 3 ways. Oh,
Okay. I've never been here for breakfast.
Oh, so
You
good.
have no idea. They are amazing cooks, and it's amazing. Like
This has to be the best accommodations you get on the road.
yes,
Yeah.
that's an easy
Right, yeah, it's
that is an easy one.
a solid 50 to 100% better than pretty much any other place.
Yeah, we feel like royalty here.
Oh yeah.
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 Is there like a horrible place you've ever stayed? I stayed in a Scottish Inn once.
I remember one hotel that we did one time, and it had to have been, it was during the Jane era that Jane was playing fiddle with us. I remember we stayed in one super scuzzy hotel. I don't even remember where it was, somewhere out in Eastern Mass, I think. And it was just horrible, but I don't remember the name. It's probably closed by now.
I can't remember the name of that. Yeah.
For the most part, we're treated pretty well.
Yeah, we either maybe camping or staying with friends or something like that. If we're out on the road, it's always nice when you can stay with some friends, you know, when you're out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember anything about that. I want to go back to the Scottish Inn.
Yeah.
So what was it about it?
Well, so I was trying to find a place to stay. There was no place. Are you in Scotland at this point? In the United States. I'm just curious. It's in Scotland, I love the same.
In America, not so much.
Do not. No, not. It's like just as bad as shopping at Dollar General. So you go. I had a credit card where they would like kind of help me find accommodations or stuff or whatever I needed. And I was out of town, and a hotel had not been booked. And so I was trying to find a place to stay. And I called them up and I said, I just need a room. Like, get me anything with 4 walls. And the guy said, okay, well, there don't seem to be any 3-star or above accommodations available, and we only book 3-star or above. And I said, listen, man, I've stayed in a Scottish Inn before. And he said, really? You stayed in a Scottish Inn? Man, they are, it's not a good situation. Sticky floor, everything's bad. You go into a hotel and you can hear the floor. It's not a good sign.
Well,
Again, yeah.
well, it's a good warning.
It's a good
warning.
Yeah.
Don't go to Scottish Inn.
No.
Sleep in the van.
Yeah, exactly. We're more than comfortable sleeping in the van and the rest stop
Yeah.
when we need to, so that we can wake up an hour and a half later and finish the drive home.
We've definitely pulled into a rest stop and maybe taken a break and
Oh yeah.
on a long ride home.
What's your furthest trip?
Tennessee.
Yeah, we did that.
Is that the big festival that Marlo was talking about?
Not that we played at. No, we
No,
went to
Knoxville.
Tennessee. It was WDBX. No. We played
No,
special.
yeah.
I
What's
remember that.
can't remember what the radio
Yeah, it's a
radio
radio station
call
down there,
is,
and-
but
Yeah, we played
Played
down there.
special.
It was a lot of fun. Although it was funny because we thought, it was in April, in the middle of April. We thought, that'd be lovely down there. It would probably be like, mid-70s, maybe 80 degrees and all that. we just happened to pick, it was the coldest April on record ever. Driving down, we knew we were in trouble when we got to West Virginia, and then it started to snow. And it was 19 degrees, and we were staying in a cabin on a lake that was meant to be a warm weather cabin, and it barely had a heating system. And so it was not quite the experience that we had anticipated. It was fun, but it was cold.
When what was the band lineup at that time? Because this was definitely before me.
That was very early on.
It was early on.
And we actually we had my buddy Matt Hansen.
Matt joined on bass.
Pinch hit on bass because we needed to be able to travel and fly a bass down.
Yeah, that's right.
He played. He had
pinch hitters for that show.
He had an electric upright. It's one of those that's just the neck and doesn't have any body, so we could fly it.
Wow.
Yeah.
For this, but for the most part, this is probably the longest
This is
run that we do. 5 hours. About 5 hours for us here.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. We go up to Maine every now and again. My folks live up there, and there's and my sister and brother-in-law, and there's a few spots that we have good in and some places to stay. Cool. It's good to have.
Yeah. A lot of fun.
Yeah, we like it. It's fun to get out for us. The nice thing about us, we all get along well as friends, outside of the band. We all hang around and go to festivals and parties and together. So it's nice when we're on a trip. It's just like being on the road with your buddies, which is really nice.
You notice that it's not that way with other bands sometimes.
I think it is. I think they get together with a band and they may not hang outside,
I wouldn't want to spend 5 hours in a band with somebody I didn't like.
Yeah.
Sounds unpleasant.
Yeah.
It's a long time. We have a great time in the band. A lot of great conversation.
Oh my gosh.
I see you post some videos every now and then.
Yeah, Andy's posted some, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just the topics, where they come from, we don't know, and we just spent about an hour on stuff.
They were really enjoying yesterday me shouting at my Bluetooth thing to try to get it to play the correct song on Spotify. What was it? It was coming up with just like completely different words. There was no possible way that it could have understood what I said to have been that. And so it's I'm yelling at them like, shut up, it can't hear me. Let me.
He's yelling at it. But I offered, if he would just give me his phone, I would punch in whatever he wanted. Sitting in the back, but he was.
It's a matter of principle.
I know,
Yeah, she's going to listen. I own her. She should do the job right.
If I had a nickel for every time I shouted at my Echo Dot, just profanity that thing's had to listen to is unbelievable. It was too much.
I will concede that Alexa in Andy's van is better than Siri in my van.
Your Alexa's much better.
Same with the OK Google.
Everybody has that.
My buddy has that.
Drives me nuts. Yeah. Okay, Google.
I don't dare leave any of those things on listening all the time for my voice commands. It's probably listening all the time anyway, but I don't want to turn it on and tell it to be listening all the time. That's freaky.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way as him. I don't know how true it is. I never got one. Do you have the Echo Dot? You like it?
Yeah, I've got it.
Do you just use it for like playing music and that stuff? You ever like hooked up the lights and stuff? And...
Yeah, I got the lights. I know, I know that.
When the robots were born.
Oh, that's creepy, but sometimes I schedule my lights too.
Oh.
So when it gets dark, my back porch light comes on. After midnight, back porch light goes off, so I don't forget. I can change the colors of the lights, which,
nice.
Yeah.
Set a mood.
I set the mood.
Set the mood.
Hey Alexa, make it look sexy in here.
I gotta set up that routine. I haven't thought about that yet.
Some Barry White comes on.
Yeah.
I just want to hear Alexa answer game. cracks me up because my friend will sit there like having a conversation with Google, like while standing right next to the light switch, and I'm like, wouldn't this be easier just to flip the switch like we've always done that? No, it works well, as opposed to however you have to say it with Google.
Well, I figured out that I have these lights. I turn, I have to leave the light switch on. Otherwise, the
Power's not good.
thing won't work, right?
Yeah,
So then you turn it off, turn it back on again, then you got lights.
yeah.
Okay. So it's an off on and then it overrides it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I've heard really interesting things, but I've heard like they actually used it in court one time because it recorded a murder.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so yeah, that was in New Hampshire maybe.
See, exactly. That's what we're moving on.
They're listening, so listening.
Yeah.
That's the same reason I won't send my DNA to these things.
Correct.
These, like the 23andMe or whatever.
People do that all the time. They have it on file now.
I'm pissed that my relative did that because, I mean, I'm not getting anything. But
We've all seen the episodes of True Crime.
yeah, they can get you. They can get you.
You can.
Yeah. I try and stay right on the edge of tech. Just right over the edge. That's about it. It's probably more than enough.
I figured that whatever I have, it's out there. I think the best bet is just commit murder. Don't steal. What did I do, you know?
It is best not to be a murderer.
My videos first and figure out how to deal with it.
Yeah. I mean,
I'll take your phone with you and we dump body.
Don't ask your Echo Dot to purchase supplies for you.
don't go on Facebook and brag about it afterwards.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, that's a good start. Shit. I gotta go. delete.
right? You watch any good crime show, what's the first thing they do? They get rid of their main phone, get burner phones, and just keep changing them. Because that thing will track you.
That's crazy.
That's my hotel go-to is to try to find Law and Order or CSI on TV because pretty much without fail, 24 hours a day, one of those two options is playing on television.
For sure.
And so I like to watch them, and also it is a fun game to just see how quickly I can come upon,
What's going on?
what's happening.
You seen this new, it's like Cops, except it's live. I think it's live. Is it live?
What is it?
I don't know. That sounds
One time I was
horrifying.
in a hotel, there was just like 24 hours, they were just playing like video from like the police and the ambulance and the fire department. They were just following around with cameras. Like that's pretty wild.
That's
Imagine if we did this, just follow the cops around. They'd be pissed.
yeah. Every time I follow the cops around, they get angry.
Be like,
Yeah, you gotta do it now.
do you know why I pulled you over? Your inspection is 3 days overdue. Bad boys, bad boys.
I'm giving you a written warning.
Do you have an interpretation of that song?
No, but not yet. We're always in discussion. We're always open.
Yeah.
Right. Like, so when you do a song like that, like, how long do you have to practice that and kind of sort it out before
Depends on the song.
you play it?
If the song we all already know and are familiar with the tune and or lyrics, then it comes along much quicker. If it's something where, it's more outside of our norm or we aren't familiar with it, then it can take a lot longer to work it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yes, some come together a couple practice or two, and then others they don't really feel right. So a little bit longer. You gotta just keep going back at them.
And you change. It seems like you change kind of quite a bit about. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of arranging that goes into it. So, like, even if we're playing the same song and it's got the same verses and the same choruses, and sometimes even the same chords, we're, giving it a little bit of a different feel just because that's what works for the instruments that we're playing, because we're not playing electric guitars and basses and drums and,
Right.
but I mean, sometimes the things that we're doing are much closer to this instrumentation, and and we're not changing the feel very much. But
Yeah. But
I mean, like, we
yesterday
did-
did Jane's Addiction.
Yeah, that one,
Then Caught Stealing, and
Is-
that's
a pretty different feel, like the way that we do it compared to the like kind of like, you know, early alternative version. But you know, it was probably only 2 or 3 practices that we played together.
It just worked itself out to a
Yeah,
presentation.
once we kind of found the feel we were going with, all of the rest of it made sense, and we just needed to practice it so we could remember the words and remember where the solo comes and things like that. I need to remember the words.
I mean, these guys both have to sing a lot of songs, and to keep them all in there.
Oh, it's great.
I can't imagine. We were singing a little karaoke last night at a party, and it's like, okay, I have the words.
Yeah,
And it's songs that I've heard 1,000 times.
right. And it just, for these guys, they say a lot too, and I definitely know from singing myself, it's just like, you just need the first 2 words of whatever the verse is, and once you get those first 2 words, the rest of it just kind of comes out.
Yeah.
But if you get there and you don't know the first 2 words,
Have you had any kind of mishaps with that?
Yeah, I mean,
almost every single show.
yeah, there's probably just about every show, there's like one verse of a song ends up switched with a different verse or something, because like, you know, I don't know what we played 35 or 40 songs yesterday or something like that. That's a lot of words to remember.
Yeah.
People ever notice?
If they know the song, yeah.
most of the time, no.
Most of the time,
I think we're pretty practiced at keeping it together without it being a train wreck, even if you just have to kind of vamp through for a minute until we'll be kind to each other and like lean over and whisper the first 2 words if it's clear. Which is funny because sometimes I don't really think of like knowing the words to the songs that Andy sings necessarily. Like I know them a bit, but like I don't think of myself as knowing them well enough to cue him to sing them. But you know, after you play them 100 times, they're just kind of in there, and it's like you get to that spot in the song, and that's what feels like it's supposed to come out.
And it's funny because there's times when if you were to ask me, okay, what are the words to this song, I would struggle. But when you're in the middle of the song and playing it, it flows and you just have to let it.
Muscle memory kind of thing.
Yeah, just have to let it come out.
it is totally that way. You will not know the song, not know the words up until you're about to sing. You're playing the song and it just comes out of your.
Just gotta use the force.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
use the force, exactly.
But it's definitely possible that you can forget the words to a song that you've sang 400 times.
It happens.
I was at a festival in Frankfort, New York, the Great American Irish Festival. A band I like, Enter the Haggis.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right. Awesome. I'm glad you like them. They're playing one of their songs. They get halfway through, forget the song, mess up some verses, whatever. The next day, the fans are they're so fanatical about that band that they showed up with cue cards. So when they started playing that song, they just started throwing them up.
That is fantastic.
Honestly, if we could have audience members with cue cards, that would solve a lot of problems, and we'd be ready to debut songs infinitely sooner, because we really can't play them out on stage until we know the lyrics well enough to sing them, and that's almost always the last thing. Like, we learn how to play the songs.
That should be
Like,
the thing. Like, hurry up with cue cards
Yeah.
to get free admission.
Well, exactly, yeah. Any cue card volunteers.
That's a
That's funny.
It was funny. It was funny. They just started laughing and then they did it.
One way the thing to do is you gotta keep on singing.
Oh yeah.
Make something up, sing a different verse.
Yeah.
Most people only know this, they only remember the chorus. They don't remember all the stuff in between, with exceptions.
Yeah. It's hard, but some of the iconic songs are people really like to sing along.
Yeah.
You gotta kind of get those.
Yeah. Well, those are easier, yeah.
Because you kind of know them yourself already, so they're
Yeah.
You hope. Yeah.
Throw someone a solo here and there, and Buy yourself 25 seconds to think.
You look at Noah,
Right.
go around. He gets a lot of head nods.
I like that heated jacket. I love it. Isn't that the best thing? Yeah, it's the best. I've got the best. Nice. And everybody's jealous. Yeah. Yeah.
And they have to try it. It sounds really good.
It's really the best thing I've ever bought myself. It's the ticket.
Yeah.
You,
Do you have a couple batteries for yours? Like
I only have one battery for mine, but I really, like, I'll turn it off for like a few minutes, get warm, and turn it back off.
That's cool. And just hope it doesn't go through the wash.
Hey, you can wash it. You can wash it.
just not the battery.
It's unplugged.
Yeah, don't put the battery in the washing machine.
So we got Appalachian Still koozie.
So,
I've got LBC New England IPA number 4. Oh man, what's the deal with this? The koozie?
we were doing a little promotion last night, which I guess
How do we get
extends to
What
today.
do we get?
Right now, if you buy a New England IPA at Laurentide, you get the koozie. I think that's a promotion they're running this weekend, so come on down.
Come on down.
The New England IPA. You'll be playing from 12 to 2, so you still got some time. You can get yourself a koozie. Or you can contact Appalachian Still, we can get you a koozie.
That's fine.
Whatever.
Ooh, koozies for sale on our Bandcamp page.
Koozies for sale on our main.
Is that just merch or is it
Merch.
is it a website? Is it just Bandcamp page?
We have a regular website as well, but Bandcamp is a retail location, so if you want to stream, purchase songs,
Or if you want to
CDs,
file actual physical copies of CDs,
Yeah.
sell that through Bandcamp and
or
hats.
Person.
We'll have to put T-shirts up on Bandcamp because we'd have to actually inventory the colors and sizes, and that's too much of a project.
That sounds like a lot of work.
And then we could just list random T-shirt and we'll send you whatever color or size we want.
We'll send it to you.
Right. I don't think people would buy that.
Just go one color. Just go
We could, yeah.
one color. Black.
that's always a discussion.
Yeah.
I just want a special.
How do we go in? Some people want black, some want blue, red, green.
Our most recent color purchases were pretty good. I guess people like that.
Yes.
Everyone was happy. We finally got lady tees
Yeah.
after being pestered by wives for a long time to get things that actually fit female bodies and not just
Yeah.
box-shaped men.
Yep, that's true.
All right. Well, anything else before we hop off so you can get started?
No, anything? No. Hope to
yeah.
come back and,
Yeah, we love you, Penny. We're glad you Penny in is always so good to us. And
Come visit Laurentide, whether we're here or not.
yes, come visit Laurentide.
It's always a great spot to visit.
Yeah, even better, stay at the inn. It's amazing. It's the best romantic getaway that you will find.
yes, we've had a very.
Derek and I had a really romantic evening.
I have my wife here for a romantic getaway.
Yeah, I saw you over the summer.
Yeah, and it was lovely for her birthday, and it was she loved it. The rooms are exquisite, the food is amazing, the people are lovely.
Yeah.
Fletch the dog is very cute.
Fletch the dog is awesome.
Fletch is like the food, the whole thing.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And then of course, it's nice visiting other restaurants in town and such.
Yeah.
Sure. We'll have to do this again sometime.
Definitely.
All right, Tom, get your boots on, coats on, shimmy down to the Laurentide right now. Don't wait, get down here. Have a beer, listen to Appalachian Still. I'm fired up.
That's good.
Yeah, all right, for coming on. Thanks for spending time.
Cheers.
I'm looking at everybody in the eye now. I'm looking in the eye.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.